Okay, so what procrastination isn't laziness, but adding work on your subconscious. Now, I want to share a story with you today. A story of a client who came to me stuck, drained, and endlessly procrastinating, and who just weeks later ran a tough water race with a new level of energy and drive. He thought he'd lost forever. And this isn't about willpower. It isn't about productivity hacks. It's about rewiring the subconscious patterns that keep us stuck in that survival mode. And I tell you his story and I'll share insights that helped him and can help you break through procrastination, reclaim your energy, and start living with clarity and focus again. When he first came to me, let's call him James. Yes, that's not his real name. He was in his 40s, outwardly successful, stable career, family life, responsibilities he cared about, but privately, he was stuck in that procrastination. He told me, I know what I should be doing. I have the goals written down. I have the ideas in my head. But when it comes to act, I freeze. I find myself scrolling or cleaning or listening to meditation apps or putting off for another day, and it's killing me inside. Does this sound familiar? He described lying in bed at night, mind racing with everything he hadn't done, waking up tired, promising himself, tomorrow I'll do it. But tomorrow kept slipping away further. Tomorrow I'll go to the gym at 5 a.m. Tomorrow I will start. Now, again, what struck me most about this was his guilt. He said, I feel like I'm letting myself down. I feel like I'm letting my family down, like I'm watching my life go by, but I'm just stuck in that neutral gear. And here's the thing, James wasn't lazy. He wasn't unmotivated. He was trapped in a pattern, a phrase response rooted in old subconscious programming. Now, I could relate to him because I've been there too. Whilst I'm still running my martial arts academy, there are and rare times that I procrastinated on the hard stuff, making business decisions, recording content, facing uncomfortable truths. I busy myself with cleaning, admin, training, and basically anything but the real thing I actually needed to do. Not because I didn't want to grow, not because some part of me feared being judged, failing, or being seen as not enough. Especially posting martial arts videos. That's when I realised procrastination isn't laziness, it's protection. And with James, I knew the same pattern was playing out. His nervous system had learned that stepping forward was unsafe. His mind froze, creating endless avoidance. The good news, what's learned can be unlearned. When we worked together, we started with a framework: reveal, rewire, reset, and reintegrate. Reveal, in hypnosis, we uncover the real story behind his procrastination. James realised that as a child, whenever he spoke up, he was criticised. Whenever he made mistakes, he was judged harshly. So his subconscious created a rule. If I don't act, I can't be judged. If I stay quiet, I stay safe. Then on to rewire. So in the session, we reframed those old beliefs. He began to see that he wasn't that child anymore, that taking action now was safe, that mistakes weren't danger, they were growth. Then we went on to reset. We anchored this into his nervous system, using breathing, posture, and identity shifts. His body began to feel what safety and action really was. Then we reintegrated, we installed new beliefs. I am safe to act. I am safe to be seen. I am capable, driven, and focused. And then something shifted. You could see it in his posture, hear it in his voice. The freeze response loosened. His body remembered what it felt like to move forward without fear. A few weeks later, he messaged me with something that blew me away. He said, John, I signed up for Tough Mudder and I actually finished it. Now, if you don't know, Tough Mudder is no small feat. It's a grueling obstacle course. Mud, walls, freezing water, pure endurance. For someone who was stuck, procrastinating, avoiding and freezing just weeks earlier, this was a radical shift. So what changed? His subconscious no longer saw action as unsafe. His nervous system had been reset. Now, he had this new identity, someone capable, driven, and energised. He told me it was like a switch flipped. I don't feel the same resistance anymore. I just start, and once I start, I feel alive again. And that's the power of the subconscious transformation. It wasn't productivity hacks. It wasn't motivation. It wasn't meditation. But it was about healing the old wound, the fear of judgment, and rewiring his nervous system to feel safe in action. And the ripple effect was massive. He didn't just finish a race. He found a new drive in his work. He became more present with his family, and he carried himself differently. So what can you take from James's story? Procrastination is not laziness, it's protection. Often it's a freeze or fawn response linked to past trauma. And if you're procrastinating on any business decisions, it's not because you're broken, it's because your subconscious beliefs action equals danger. But here's the truth. You're not that child anymore. You're not in that old environment. Action is safe now because being seen is safe. Mistakes are safe. And when you reveal the story behind your procrastination, rewire the belief, reset your nervous system, and reintegrate a new identity, procrastination loses its grip. And suddenly you find yourself doing things that you never thought you could, just what James did. So here's a tool that you can try right now. The safe to act reframe. Next time you notice yourself procrastinating, pause, say out loud, I am safe to act, I am safe to be seen, and I am safe to try. Especially if you're procrastinating on a proposal or a report you've got to get into your boss. Then commit to just 5 minutes of the task. That small shift tells your nervous system this isn't danger, this is growth. And each time you do it, you build momentum until action becomes your new normal. James's story is proof. You don't need to stay stuck in procrastination. You don't need to keep self-sabotaging yourself. Procrastination is just a pattern. And if it was learned, it can be unlearned. Next week, I'm going to dive deeper into the subconscious root of procrastination and explain why fear of judgment, trauma, and old beliefs keep you avoiding what actually matters most. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and share this with someone who needs it. Remember, you are safe. Remember, you are capable. Remember, you are driven. And your best life doesn't start tomorrow, it starts now.